The Whore of Babylon is one of the most enigmatic figures in biblical prophecy. Found in the Book of Revelation, her identity has puzzled theologians, historians, and believers for centuries. Described as a woman adorned in purple and scarlet, sitting on a beast and holding a golden cup filled with abominations, she is depicted as the mother of harlots and the abominations of the earth. Her imagery is vivid and provocative, designed to captivate and alarm, urging believers to contemplate her role in divine judgment. This essay explores whether the Whore of Babylon is a literal entity currently present on earth or a symbolic representation. Drawing on biblical texts, historical records, and ancient scrolls, we will speculate about her identity, examine her characteristics, and assess how her role aligns with contemporary interpretations of prophecy. The primary source for understanding the Whore of Babylon is Revelation 17 and 18. These chapters describe her as a woman arrayed in purple and scarlet, adorned with gold, precious stones, and pearls. These colors and ornaments signify royalty, wealth, and decadence, painting a picture of unparalleled luxury. She holds in her hand a golden cup full of abominations and the filthiness of her fornication, symbolizing spiritual corruption and the intoxicating power of sin. Her name is written on her forehead, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and of the abominations of the earth. This title emphasizes her pervasive influence, depicting her as the source of widespread moral and spiritual decay. She exerts a corrupting influence on nations, with the inhabitants of the earth made drunk with the wine of her fornication. This metaphor speaks to the seductive allure of her power, enticing individuals and nations to compromise their integrity. Her eventual fall is marked by mourning among merchants and kings due to her immense influence on global trade and politics, underscoring her central role in the world's economic systems. The vivid imagery and prophetic language make it difficult to determine whether she is a literal figure, a spiritual entity, or a symbol. Many theologians view Babylon as a symbol of human rebellion against God. Throughout the Bible, Babylon represents idolatry, materialism, and opposition to divine authority. This interpretation aligns with the Whore of Babylon's depiction as a corrupting influence on nations. Historically, the city of Babylon was a center of power, wealth, and pagan worship. It was a place where earthly glory and spiritual depravity coexisted. Ancient scrolls, including the Dead Sea Scrolls, reference Babylon in the context of exile and divine judgment. For example, in the Damascus document, Babylon symbolizes a place of wickedness and punishment, illustrating its enduring association with sin and rebellion. Early church fathers like St. Augustine and Tertullian associated the Whore of Babylon with the Roman Empire. Rome, known for its opulence and persecution of Christians, fit the description of a city seated on 7 mountains. The empire's decadence and hostility toward Christianity made it a prime candidate for this prophecy, serving as a historical embodiment of the spiritual forces opposing God's kingdom. In modern times, interpretations of the Whore of Babylon have expanded, reflecting contemporary concerns and global dynamics. Some suggest that she represents a global system, such as the capitalist economy, with its relentless pursuit of wealth and materialism. This mirrors the description of a city influencing merchants and kings, drawing parallels between ancient prophetic imagery and modern economic structures. Others link the whore to apostate religious systems that deviate from biblical truths, warning of the dangers of spiritual compromise and the erosion of doctrinal purity. Still others speculate that she represents a political entity or alliance, such as the United Nations or other global organizations, highlighting her influence over governance and international relations. These interpretations reflect the ongoing relevance of the prophecy, inviting reflection on the ways in which worldly power and corruption manifest in different eras. If the Whore of Babylon exists today, her characteristics must align with the biblical description. She must exert control or significant influence over nations, engage in spiritual corruption, and be associated with immense riches and luxury. Potential candidates for her representation include major cities like New York, London, or Dubai, which serve as hubs of global finance, culture, and commerce. These cities embody the intersection of wealth, power, and moral ambiguity, evoking the opulent and corrupting allure described in Revelation. Some also point to global organizations like the World Bank or IMF for their economic impact, or cultural movements that promote secularism, hedonism, or moral relativism. These possibilities illustrate the multifaceted nature of the Whore of Babylon's symbolism, encompassing economic, religious, and cultural dimensions. Revelation repeatedly warns believers to come out of her, urging separation from her corrupting influence. This admonition underscores the spiritual battle between light and darkness, calling Christians to remain faithful to God. The Whore of Babylon's eventual downfall serves as a reminder of the transience of earthly power and the ultimate triumph of divine justice. Her dramatic fall, accompanied by the lamentations of those who profited from her, highlights the emptiness of worldly pursuits and the inevitability of God's judgment. For believers, this prophecy is both a warning and an invitation to live in alignment with God's will, resisting the allure of materialism and spiritual compromise. The Whore of Babylon remains a profound mystery, her identity shrouded in layers of symbolism and historical context. Whether she is a literal figure, a spiritual entity, or a symbol of worldly corruption, her role in biblical prophecy underscores the consequences of rebellion against God. By examining her description through scripture, historical context, and contemporary events, believers can gain insight into her identity and significance. Her story invites reflection on the enduring struggle between good and evil, challenging individuals to consider their own choices and priorities. Further research and discernment are necessary to fully understand her role in God's plan. As prophecy unfolds, the faithful are called to vigilance, ensuring they align their lives with God's will in anticipation of His ultimate victory over evil. The Whore of Babylon's story is not just a cautionary tale, but a call to action, inspiring believers to remain steadfast in their faith and committed to the pursuit of righteousness.